About what's up and what's down. ABC News White House correspondent. Good morning, Karen Travers.
Good morning.
So what happened?
So to give you the tic-tac on this,
Yes.
Here's what happened. The Democrats yesterday morning throw out this proposal. I mean, you could maybe call it a Hail Mary plan of saying, let's raise the debt ceiling by 3 months. Let's fund the government for 3 months, tie it all to Hurricane Harvey, bing, bang, we'll get it all done. And the Republicans have been pushing for something more long-term. They wanted to raise the debt ceiling past the midterm elections because it's a very divisive issue for their caucus. Nobody wanted to deal with it multiple times. So they had this meeting yesterday at the White House. And just a couple hours before that, House Speaker Paul Ryan blasts the Democrats' plan. He calls it ridiculous and disgraceful because if you're Paul Ryan, you're assuming there's no way the president's ever going to go for this. They sit down at this meeting. Everybody presents their plans. It's Mitch McConnell. It's Paul Ryan. It's the Treasury Secretary versus Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Pause in the conversation. The president says, great, we have a deal. And he goes with the plan from Pelosi and Schumer. And, not surprising. Republicans are shocked. They're frustrated. They're furious. Democrats taking a bit of a victory lap, saying that they made the right offer and the president agreed to a better argument. But the Democrats win on this one. I mean, the reason they did a 3-month offer is because they want to have Congress with their backs in a corner in December so they can tie DACA to this. We have to pass a bill to keep the government open. We want DACA as part of it. Kind of forces the Republicans' hand. And now you have the president signing off on it. Certainly makes things difficult for the Republicans.
But here's the thing that I don't understand, Karen Travers. Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan are in charge of the House and the Senate. So
I know.
They could say, no, we're not doing this. But they're going along reluctantly, even though he agreed with the Democrats?
Yeah. And here's the reason why. I mean, it's a pretty simple of they don't have the numbers just with the Republicans. So it's like, well, they're the majority. They shouldn't even be considering the Democrats. But they can't pass something with just Republican support. The debt ceiling is very contentious. You have conservatives who want to play hardball on that. The government funding bills are contentious. You always see somebody throwing in, defunding Planned Parenthood or trying to offset any increases in spending with cuts somewhere else. I mean, these things become very politically nasty within just the Republicans. So if you're the Democrats, you're sitting there like, you can't do this by yourself, Paul Ryan. You can't do this by yourself, Mitch McConnell. They, put this out there with the idea of it's not going to ever happen, but at least we can play a little hardball, and they won. I was talking to a Democrat last night who said, the reaction from Democrats was, we can't believe we pulled this off.
Republicans must be pulling their hair out. They've defended the guy through all the bad, and now he turns around and cuts a deal with the people who've been criticizing him the whole time?
Yeah, and here's the thing. You also have, over the last handful of weeks, months, I mean, the president has made it very clear he is frustrated with Mitch McConnell. He's tweeting about him. He's talking about him. He's kind of, poking him with a stick. Maybe, let's put aside our cynicism hat for a second, but maybe this is some strategy to say, look, I haven't gotten anything from you guys. I wanted a health care bill. You couldn't deliver that. And now, this is just from the president's point of view. Maybe if he tries to reach out with Democrats, he could say he's trying to get something done. He's trying to do things in a bipartisan way. It also puts some pressure on Republicans of he's going to go to the other team. We maybe need to step up our game.
So the biggest legislative win for the Trump White House is more spending and raising the debt ceiling. That's the exact opposite of what Tea Partiers wanted to happen.
Washington is a strange place. And then just to throw this in there, because I feel like this is the most perfect, cherry on the top of this whole drama. The president is having dinner tonight with Paul Ryan at the White House. They'll have a lot to talk about.
Never a dull moment.
Karen, imagine that awkward wait for the appetizers to arrive.
Karen Travers, ABC News White House correspondent. Thanks for explaining it to us. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
All right. That's right. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense.